We are going to continue the reading of Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya-līlā, chapter 24, the explanation of the Ātmārāma verse. This is a very, very long chapter, but we are going to continue on from where we left. Text 227. Nigranta sa Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai, Śrīla Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki Jai, Śrīla S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai. So Nigranta sabde kohetabe vyadha nirdana sadhu sange seha kore Sri Krishna vayana. The word Nigranta, when combined with api, used in the sense of certainty, indicates a person who is a hunter by profession or who is very poor. Nonetheless, when such a person associates with a great saint like Narada, he engages in Lord Krishna's devotional service. Krishna Ramas cha eva haya Krishna manana vyadha hanya haya puya bhagavatotama. The word Krishna Ramas cha refers to one who takes pleasure in thinking of Krishna. Even though such a person may be a hunter, he is still worshipable and is the best of devotees. So here Mahaprabhu is explaining word by word the Ātmārāma verse and giving 61 explanations to Sanatana Goswami. Eka bhakta vyadera katasuna sabadane yaha haite hayasat sanga mahimara gyane. I shall now narrate the story of how the hunter became a great devotee by the association of such an exalted personality as Narada Muni. From this story, one can understand the greatness of association with pure devotees. Ekadina Sri Narada Deki Narayana Triveni Snane Prayaga Karila Gamana. Once upon a time, the great saint Narada, after visiting Lord Narayana in the Vaikunthas, went to Prayag to bathe at the confluence of 3 rivers, the Ganges, Yamuna, and Saraswati. Purport: the great saint Narada is so liberated that he can go to the Vaikuntha planets to see Narayan and then immediately come to this planet in the material world and go to Prayag to bathe in the confluence of 3 rivers. The word Triveni refers to a confluence of 3 rivers. This confluence is still visited by many hundreds of thousands of people who go there to bathe, especially during the month of January, Magha Mela. A liberated person who has no material body can go anywhere and everywhere. Therefore, a living entity is called Sarvaga, which indicates that he can go anywhere and everywhere. Presently, scientists are trying to go to other planets, but due to their material bodies, they are not free to move at will. However, when one is situated in his original spiritual body, he can move anywhere and everywhere without difficulty. Within this material world, there is a planet called Siddhaloka, whose inhabitants can go from one planet to another without the aid of a machine or a space rocket. In the material world, every planet has a specific advantage, Vibhuti Bina. In the spiritual world, however, all the planets and their inhabitants are composed of spiritual energy. Because there are no material impediments, it is said that everything in the spiritual world is one. Vanapate deke mriga ache bhumi padi, vanavidha vagna pade kore dat padi. Narada Muni saw that a deer was lying on the path through the forest and that it was pierced by an arrow. It had broken legs and was twisting due to much pain. Ara kote dure eka dekena sukara, taiche vidha vagna pode kore dat pada. Further ahead, Narada Muni saw a boar pierced by an arrow. Its legs were also broken, and it was twisting in pain. Aiche eka sasaka deke arakate dure, jivera duka deki Narada vyakula antare. When he went further, he saw a rabbit that was also suffering. Narada Muni was greatly pained at heart to see living entities suffer so. Kata dure deke vyadha brikshe onta hanya mriga mari bare ache vana judija. When Narada Muni advanced further, he saw a hunter behind a tree. This hunter was holding arrows and he was ready to kill more animals. Have you heard that story before? No? You? No. This is different. This is the hunter who became a devotee with the association of Narada Muni. Yes?
Yeah.
This is a different story, so. Yeah? Syama Varna Rakta Netra Maha Vyayankara Dhanurbana Haste Jena Yamadanda Dhara. The hunter's body was blackish. He had reddish eyes and he appeared fierce. It was as if the superintendent of death, Yamaraj, was standing there with bows and arrows in his hands. Pata Chodi Narada Tara Nikate Chalila Narada Dekimriga Saba Palanya Gela. When Narada Muni left the forest path and went to the hunter, all the animals immediately saw him and fled. Krudha Hanya Vyadha Tanre Galidite Chaya Narada Prabhave Mukhe Galinahi Aya. When all the animals fled, the hunter wanted to chastise Narada with abusive language. But due to Narada's presence, he could not utter anything abusive. Kosanye Prajana Pata Chodi Kene Aila Tomadeki Mora Lakshya Mriga Palaila. The hunter addressed Narada Muni, O Goswami, O great saintly person, why have you left the general path through the forest to come to me? Simply by seeing you, all the animals I was hunting have now fled. Narada Kohe, Pata Buli Ailanya Puchite, Mana Eka Samsaya Haya Taha Kanda Ite. Narada Muni replied, leaving the path, I have come to you to settle a doubt that is in my mind. So you missed the part of the hunter, the story of the hunter and Narada Muni.
Why is not the same story?
It's not the same story as what?
You say that it's not the same story because there is two stories with a hunter, no?
And what is the other story?
The Bharat Maharaj.
No, that's different.
That's from Śrīmad Bhagavatam.
No, the Bharata is a different story. It's a king who found a deer in the.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Become attached.
And the other is
Yes.
I think the other is more. I think the other hunter.
This is a story to demonstrate the importance of sadhu sangha, right? So Narada Muni replied, leaving the path I have come to you to settle a doubt that is in my mind. Pate ye sukara mriga jani tomara haya, vyadha kohe ye kaha seita nishchaya. So Narada Muni is found a hunter killing animals and leaving them suffering, right? He found one after another, like a deer and a boar, and then what else? Different. And he saw him, and now he's talking to him, asking him something, approaching him. I was wondering whether all the boars and other animals that are half killed belong to you, half killed. The hunter replied, yes. What you are saying is so. Narada Kohe, Jadi jive mara tumi vana, ardha mara kore kene na lao parana. Narada Muni then inquired, why did you not kill the animals completely? Why did you have killed them by piercing their bodies with arrows? Vyadha kohe suna gosai mrigari mora nama pitara siksate ami kori aiche kama. The hunter replied, my dear saintly person, my name is Mrigari, enemy of animals. My father taught me to kill them in that way. Ātmārāma jiva jodi dad patha kore tabeta ananda mora badaje antare. When I see half-killed animals suffer, I feel great pleasure. Narada kohe, eka vastu magi tomara stane, vyadha kohe, mrigadi laha jai tomara mane. Narada Muni then told the hunter, I have one thing to beg of you. The hunter replied, you may take whatever animals or anything else you would like. Mriga chala chaha jodi aisa mora gore, jai chaha taha diva mriga byan gram bare. I have many skins if you would like them. I shall give you either deer skin or a tiger skin. So pay attention because you're going to be asked questions. Narada kohe, iha ami kichu nahi chohi, ara eka dana ami magi toma tiani. Narada Muni said, I do not want any of the skins. I am only asking one thing from you in charity. Kali haite tumi jay mrigadi mariba, Pratamei mariba artha marana kariba. I beg you that from this day on, you will kill animals completely and not leave them half dead. Vyadha kohe, kiba dana magila amare, artha marile kiba haya, taha kahe more. The hunter replied, my dear sir, what are you asking of me? What is wrong with the animals lying there half killed? Will you please explain this to me? Narada kohe, Ardha marile jiva paya vyata, jiva dukha di techa tomara haibe I aiche abastha. Narada Muni replied, if you leave the animals half dead, you are purposely giving them pain. Therefore, you will have to suffer in retaliation. Purport. This is an authoritative statement given by the greatest authority, Narada Muni. If one gives another living entity unnecessary pain, one will certainly be punished by the law of nature by a similar pain. Although the hunter, Mrigari, was uncivilized, he still had to suffer the results of his sinful activities. However, if a civilized man kills animals regularly in a slaughterhouse to maintain his so-called civilization, using scientific methods and machines to kill animals, one cannot even estimate the suffering awaiting him. So-called civilized people consider themselves very advanced in education, but they do not know about the stringent laws of nature, karma. According to nature's law, it is a life for a life. We can hardly imagine the sufferings of one who maintains a slaughterhouse. He endures suffering not only in this life, but in his next life also. It is said that a hunter, murderer, or killer is advised not to live and not to die. It is said that a hunter, murderer, or killer is advised not to live and not to die. If he lives, he accumulates even more sin, which brings about more suffering in a future life. He's advised not to die because his dying means that he immediately begins to endure more suffering. Therefore, he's advised not to live and not to die. As follow of the Vedic principles, we accept the statements of Narada Muni in this regard. So he's going to explain how to avoid that. It is our duty to see that no one suffers due to sinful activities. Foolish rascals are described in Bhagavad Gita as Madhya-līlā Jnana, which indicates that although they are superficially educated, Maya has taken their real knowledge away. Such people are presently leading human society. In Srimad Bhagavatam, they are also described as Andha Jatandar Upanijamana. These rascals are themselves blind, and yet they are leading others who are blind. When people follow such leaders, they suffer unlimited pain in the future. Despite so-called advancement, all this is happening. Who is safe? Who is happy? Who is without anxiety? So Narada Muni continue. Vyadhatumi jiva mara alpa aparadha tomara kadartanya diyamara ei papa apara. Narada Muni continue, my dear hunter, your business is killing animals. That is a slight offense on your part. But when you consciously give them unnecessary pain by leaving them half dead, you incur very great sins. Purport. Can you bring some water? Purport. This is another good instruction to animal killers. There are always animal killers and animal eaters. There are always animal killers and animal eaters in human society because less civilized people are accustomed to eating meat. In Vedic civilization, meat eaters are advised to kill an animal for the goddess Kali or a similar demigod. This is an order not to give the animal unnecessary pain, as slaughterhouses do. In the Balidana sacrifice to a demigod, it is recommended to cut the throat of an animal with one slice. This should be done on a dark moon night, and the painful noises expressed by the animal at the time of being slaughtered are not to be heard by anyone. There are also many other restrictions. A slaughter is only allowed once a month, and the killer of the animal has to suffer similar pain in his next life. At the present moment, so-called civilized men do not sacrifice animals to a deity in a religious or ritualistic way. They openly kill animals daily by the thousands for no purpose other than the satisfaction of the tongue. Because of this, the entire world is suffering in so many ways. Politicians are unnecessarily declaring war, and according to the stringent law of material nature, massacres are taking place between nations. Prakite kriyamana manani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manjate. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities, which are in actuality carried out by nature. This is from Bhagavad Gita 3.27. I'm going to repeat that one. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature. Which are the three modes of material nature? The three modes of material nature. No, the three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Yeah. So the bewildered spirit soul, or the conditioned spiritual soul, is under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities, which are actually carried out by nature. The laws of Prakriti nature are very stringent. No one should think that he has the freedom to kill animals and not suffer the consequences. One cannot be saved by doing this. Narada Muni herein says that animal killing is offensive, especially when animals are given unnecessary pain. Meat eaters and animal killers are advised not to purchase meat from the slaughterhouse. They can worship Kali once a month, kill some unimportant animal and eat it. Even by following this method, one is still an offender. So it's not safe from doing that, even if they do that. Kadatiya tumi jata marila jivere, tara taiche toma maribe, janma janmantare. Narada Muni continues, all the animals that you have killed and give unnecessary pain will kill you one after the other in your next life and in the life after life. And there is another purport here for this verse. This is another authoritative statement made by the great sage Narada. Those who kill animals and give them unnecessary pain, as people do in slaughterhouses, will be killed in a similar way in the next life and in many lives to come. One can never be excused from such an offense. If one kills many thousands of animals in a professional way so that other people can purchase the meat to eat, one must be ready to be killed in a similar way in his next life and in his life after life. There are so many rascals who violate their own religious principles. According to Judeo-Christian scriptures, it is clearly said, "Thou shalt not kill." Nonetheless, giving all kinds of excuses, even the heads of religious indulge in killing animals while trying to pass as saintly persons. This mockery and hypocrisy in human society brings about unlimited calamities. Therefore, occasionally there are great wars. Masses of such people go out onto battlefields and kill themselves. Presently, they have discovered the atomic bomb, which is simply awaiting wholesale destruction. If people want to be saved from the killing business life after life, they must take to Krishna consciousness and cease sinful activity. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness recommends that everyone abandons meat eating, illicit sex, intoxication, and gambling. When one gives up these sinful activities, he can understand Krishna and take to this Krishna consciousness movement. We therefore request everyone to abandon sinful activity and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In this way, people can save themselves from repeated birth and death. Narada Sange Vyadera Mana Parasana Haila Tanra Vakya Sunimane Vaya Upajila. In this way, through the association of the great sage Narada Muni, the hunter was a little convinced of his sinful activity. He therefore became somewhat afraid due to his offenses. Purport: this is the effect of associating with a pure devotee. Our preachers who are preaching Krishna consciousness all over the world should follow in the footsteps of Narada Muni and become purified by following the 4 principles and chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This will make them fit to become Vaishnavas. Then, when they speak to sinful people about the teachings of this Krishna consciousness movement, people will be affected and take the instructions. We receive instructions in devotional service through the disciplic succession. Narada Muni is our original guru because he is the spiritual master of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is the spiritual master of our disciplic succession. Therefore, we should follow in the footsteps of Narada Muni and become pure Vaishnavas. A pure Vaishnava is one who has no ulterior motive. He has totally dedicated himself to the service of the Lord. He does not have material desires, and he is not interested in so-called learning and philanthropic work. The so-called learned scholars and philanthropists are actually karmis and jnanis, and some are actually misers engaged in sinful activity. All are condemned because they are not devotees of Lord Krishna. This is a chance to become purified by associating with this Krishna consciousness movement and strictly following the rules and regulations. By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from all contamination, especially contamination brought about by the killing of animals. Lord Krishna himself requested, what is the famous sloka for abandoning all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me? What is from the Bhagavad Gita? Please say it a bit louder. So Lord Krishna himself requested, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam saranam braja aham tvam sarva prabhebhyo moksajish chami ma sucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Bhagavad Gita 1866. We should take this instruction from Krishna and follow in the footsteps of Narada Muni in the disciplic succession. If we simply surrender unto Krishna's lotus feet and take this Krishna consciousness movement seriously, we can free it from the karma incurred by sin. If we are intelligent enough, we shall engage in the loving service of the Lord. Then our lives will be successful, and we should not have to suffer like the hunter life after life. By killing animals, not only will we be bereft of the human form, but we will have to take an animal form and somehow or other be killed by the same type of animal we have killed. This is the law of nature. The Sanskrit word mamsa means meat. It is said, mamsa kadati iti mansa. That is, I am now eating the flesh of an animal who will someday in the future be eating my flesh. Vyadha kohe, balja haite ei amara karma, kemane tarimu muni pamara adama. The hunter then admitted that he was convinced of his sinful activity, and he said, I have been taught this business from my very childhood. Now I am wondering how I can become free from this unlimited volume of sinful activity. Ei papa jaya mora, kemana upaye, nistara karaha mora, more, padon tomara paye. The hunter continued, my dear sir, please tell me how I can be relieved from the reactions of my sinful life. Now I fully surrender unto you and fall down at your lotus feet. Please deliver me from sinful reactions. So, purport. By the grace of Narada Muni, the hunter came to his good senses and immediately surrendered unto the saint's lotus feet. This is the process. By associating with a saintly person, one is able to understand the reaction of his sinful life. When one voluntarily surrenders to a saintly person, who is a representative of Krishna and follows his instructions, one can become free from sinful reaction. Krishna demands the surrender of a sinful man, and Krishna's representative gives the same instructions. The representative of Krishna never tells his disciple, surrender unto me. Can you tell her to open the altar so we can get darshan? The representative of Krishna never tells his disciple, surrender unto me. Rather, he says, surrender unto Krishna. If the disciple accepts this principle and surrenders himself through the representative of Krishna, his life is saved. Narada kohe, jadi dora amara bachana, tabe se karite pori tomara muchana. Narada Muni assured the hunter If you listen to my instructions, I should find the way you can be liberated. Purport. Gaurangera Bhakta Gane Jane Jane Shakti Dore. The purport of this song is that the devotees of Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very powerful, and each and every one of them can deliver the whole world. What then to speak of Narada Muni? If one follows the instructions of Narada Muni, one can be delivered from any amount of sinful reactions. This is the process. One must follow the instructions of a spiritual master. Then one will certainly be delivered from all sinful reactions. This is the secret of success. Jasya deve para bhaktir jata deve stata guru. If one has unflinching faith in Krishna and the spiritual master, the result is tajyaite katita hi artha prakasante mahatmana. All the conclusions of revealed scriptures will be open to such a person. A pure devotee of Krishna can make the same demands that Narada Muni is making. He says, if you follow my instructions, I shall take responsibility for your liberation. A pure devotee like Narada can give assurance to any sinful man, because by the grace of the Lord, such a devotee is empowered to deliver any sinful person, if that person follows the principles set forth. Jai. And the story continues. It's quite a lot more. So we continue tomorrow to find out more. What are the instructions of Narada Muni to the hunter? So such is the importance of sadhu sangha, isn't it? Right?
Good or bad?
Huh?
For the good or for the bad?
Yes. Jai Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai Śrīla Krishna Das Kaviraj
Jai.
Jai. Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai. You want to sing Hare Hare Krishna?
Hariharaya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hariharaya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govindaram Shri Madhusudana.
Gopala Govindaram Shri Madhusudana.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mahana.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mahana.
Śrī Caitanya Nityananda Śrī Advaita Chanda.
Śrī Caitanya Nityananda Śrī Advaita Chanda.
Gadadhara Shiva Sada Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gadadhara Shiva Sada Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha. Bhaja Vrindavana Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Bhakti Ramana Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Pada Kori Pata Hari Ram Sankirtan Kamarasa Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya-līlā Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya-līlā Dasi Devi Śrī Ātmārāma all the devotees worldwide ki jai Shri Harinama Sankirtan
Jai Saraswati ki jai.